Greetings, everybody. Okay, y'all want to hear a little story? Once upon a time, there was an old biker dude who decided to set off on an amazing motorcycle travel adventure featuring camping, cooking, and fishing. I'm an old biker dude, man. Hey everybody, today I'm going to do a video. Y'all know y'all probably know I hate doing product reviews because it mixes up the content. But there are times when I run across things that I just think are really worth putting out there. However, I got to tell you, I do run across some pretty cool little products from time to time. It's going to be the Macfox E Bike. It's a model EL-M20. Really cool little product, and I'll tell you why. First of all, it's got a good powerful motor. It's a 500 watt motor. They're down in the rear axle of the bicycle. It's real controllable. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. I want to give you a brief description. The one that I got was easy to put together. It came in a big, huge box. I got the optional, they sent me the optional fenders, which I had to install. There's like a little tank bag that you can put like your phone and other little pocket essentials and things like that on it. And like I said, I'm going to show you a picture of it here in just a moment and go over some of the reasons why I think this thing is a very worthy product to recommend here on my channel, and I do recommend it. Okay, y'all, there's the Macfox EL-M20. They got a really good manual that comes with this. It's very informative, got all the information. First of all, we'll start off with the specs. Like I mentioned, it's a model EL/M20. Its material is steel. There's no cheap composite aluminum or none of the other. This thing's a steel bicycle. Required a minimum amount of assembly out of the box. The tires you're going to see have a little bit of dirt on it because I have actually tested this out. I've put about 4 miles on this bike. It's got a 48 volt 500 watt. See right here, the rear axle. Your motor is inside of there. Now it's pedal assisted. You can pedal and use it as a throttle, but then again it has a throttle right here on the handlebars too. And of course all of it is monitored right here through the through this little thing. You can adjust the speeds. It's actually a 3-speed. It'll run 25 miles an hour. The max load is 220 pounds. Its charge time is about 4 to 6 hours, and I'm going to show you the charger here. This is the charger. It's got a key required to remove your battery, which comes off real easy. The charger plugs in real simply right here on the side in this little hole right here. It didn't take long to charge for me at all initially. The way that you see your charge level is you just simply turn it on and press this little button, and you see the green right there going all the way up to the top. That shows that it is indeed full. And in order to use the bike, you have to flip that on. Now, you can ride the bike as just a bicycle if you like, without even using the electric part. You notice it's got some real big old tires. They're like 4-inch, 4-inch tires. Very sturdy, and they appear to be a pretty high quality tire. It's got disc brakes right here on the front, as well as disc brakes back here, see, on the back. So it's well equipped to stop you. The battery is huge, and it of course mounts right here on the main frame. This bike was actually designed in the USA. See the label there? And I have got the, like I said, the optional fenders and this tank bag right here, which unzips from one side, it opens up, and you can fit a pretty good little bit of stuff in there. You know, phone, any kind of little essentials that you'd be carrying around with you. It's got a very comfortable seat, see? Actually, I was quite impressed with the seat. But it was, like I said, pretty simple to put together out of the box. And it, of course, you know, you see it's chain driven. But again, you can operate it either as a pedal bike or with pedal assist. And it has 3 speeds for the motor. And believe me, it takes off real quick. From what I understand, this thing runs about, now I would have to guess, I used it for about 4 miles and it only got down to 75%, maybe 80%. So I'm guessing this thing would go about 20 miles. And that would make it really quite useful for some people who live in, you know, metro areas and want to commute to work. Don't want to worry about having to pay to park a car. Or say, for instance, university students, you want to get right there to class in your building and, you know, park right there without having to worry about waiting on the bus. Or you can ride these on the sidewalk. You can take the shortcut every time. So, you know, these things are really quite handy. For this model, you know, at the price that it would have paid, with the 2 fender kit added and the headlight and tank bag, this model would be around $1,199. There's also an optional tail light that you can get. I don't have that for this one. They didn't include it, but I think it's not very expensive. And there is already a here's that little connector right there. If you want to add the tail light on, it would just mount right here. You'd take this reflector off and mount it on. Now I'm going to take a ride on it here in just a minute, and we'll check out the digital display, and you can see how the Macfox bike performs for yourself right through my camera. Okay, we're going to take a little ride here. First thing we do is we turn on the bike. I'm going to check my level one more time. It is showing full all the way up. So now the bike is ready to operate. Now to get started, you just take and pedal it for a second. Okay, we'll just bring it to a stop. And then you use this button, these buttons right here, to adjust the level. I've got it on mid-level. I don't know how well y'all can see that right there. The battery is showing completely charged. So you've got a way to see that from up here without bending your head back around to look down here. And basically you don't even have to pedal it to get started. Watch. I just give it a little gas and away I go. This thing is really cool. I live out in the country, so I can go right down the road here. I've got it on mid-level, so it's going a little under 18 miles an hour, which is of course faster than somebody my age could pedal a bicycle. And that brings me around to that. You know, this would be a great little thing for, you know, seniors who, you know, maybe not be able to ride their bicycles anymore because it requires them to reserve a little bit more energy than they say we might have in our elder years. But here, you know, you've got one of these, you're back on a bike again with a nice little economical way to get around. Again, if you live in a, I'll say like a, you know, a residential community, this is a great way to go visit your neighbors or go to the store for something small or whatever. And then, as I mentioned before about college students, I couldn't think of better transportation than this. I'm going to turn up the power a little bit and give it some gas, and here we go. Now we're up to 22, 23, there's 24. Okay, we're at 24 miles an hour. So this thing will scoot you right along. And I just found it to be really easy to ride. It rides pretty smooth, and like I said, that The seat is very comfortable. And I just found it to be a pleasure to ride. I just think it would be such a great little means of transportation for, you know, all kinds of people. I mean, I don't see why kids wouldn't want to ride it, but I just would think, you know, it would be so practical for, like I said, elderly people, anybody that wants, they go off-road pretty easily too. You know, so far, I've been really impressed with this little Macfox bicycle. Like I mentioned, the cost is, I think the basic cost is $999. I'm going to have a promo code of some type in the product description, and you'll be able to see that. There's a good look at it out here in the, be some way of getting a small discount, I think. And possibly to wow, this thing is really neat, man. I've now got 7.3 miles on here. The battery isn't even affected yet from this new little couple of miles, and it's buzzing along right there at 24.8 miles per hour.